Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And first of all, especially as I'm, I think, the heaviest user of this, thanks very much to the translators who are doing really a great job, not only translating the presentations, but also the lively discussions afterwards. So thanks very much. Yeah, easy to explain with logical additives. Most of this was written about R&D personnel, especially by my colleague, Dr. Eva Kutschmann, who's not available today. She has to take care of her son, so yeah, please allow me to present this. What I'm talking about, pretty straightforward. Leonfos is new to the market in Ukraine, so allow me a short introduction. Rheological additives, incorporation and activation, also are rheological additives. Why are easy dispersible for activation of strong interest to the market, as we believe, and please allow me to wrap it up in a short sentence. Yeah, talking about Leonfos, German company founded in 1894. What we still find very nice is it was family found, it's still family owned, and still family led. So fourth generation now on the board, fifth generation already in operation. So yeah, we're still, although with 570 employees, still a family company. You see our financial data there, and yeah, 6,500 products, around 7,000 customers at the moment. I'm just talking about the small companies, so don't worry. Leonfos is started as a trader, as a distributor, is also doing some trading, but now has finally switched more as over to a producer. This is one of the reasons why we are investing into our leverage hydrocarbon area. This will be investment for our company of approximately 5 to 6 million euro once it's finished in 2019. So we are pretty proud of this. This will give us more potential to work in a technical way with our materials, not only within our company, but also for our customers and partners. The business units or level of application we're active in. Today I'm focusing on the top paints and coatings industry, but as you can see we are active in quite a number of different industries. What we believe is a very German industry is the filtration of beverages, mainly beer. So we are always looking for a nice sporty element in summertime, so we're really looking forward to the football championships this summer, so please help us in big German beer. This would help our company very much. Okay, finally coming to rheological additives. As you can see, you have to classify them somehow. Of course, starting with rheological additives, you can start with chemical base, whether it's inorganic or organic, and then use in water-based formulation or in solvent-based or solvent-free formulation. You can get at every single detail and look at the individual material classes. As you can see, Leonfos is very strong in most of these materials.
Должно писаться.
The material base and final formulation, although it was preferred to our rules as a distributor, but everything is worldwide available and produced.
Там с одного наушника.
Just incorporation activation, yeah. Although I know that my colleagues are working on materials which can simply stir it in, and that's it.
У других
Значит, тут не рабочий. Тут не рабочий, значит,
составляются, продаются и все. Имеется технология включения.
Нет, вот сюда. Как же оно? Только что
Just to make it clear, why talking about clay-based materials, this has to be needed.
На основе глины они имеются в очень тонкодисперсном порошке от 5-15 микрон. И все равно в таком состоянии это ламинарные стопки пластинок круглых, которые надо деламинировать, то есть дефрагментировать.
Process involving a lot of shear forces and solvents, which could be organic solvents or water. Like this. So as you can see, if you do not manage to complete the structure, you have a problem. Or at least if you don't have a problem, then you have inferior performance of the material. So in this case, easy incorporation, easy activation, easy handling. I have a very nice take as quality assessment. It's not good natured, it should be improved, just to minimize material failures or problems. Here I really have to reserve quite a few steps to do this with the standard regulatory or materials a little bit easier.
Облегчить вам их
I was talking
применение.
about
Я говорил
how to incorporate materials
как
properly, which I have put everything into one graph,
материала в состав.
which just make everything a little bit easier or simpler.
И чтобы упростить понимание вот этой схемы на
Organic biological additives always have a window.
биологических
If you do not exceed the minimum temperature,
и
it will
превысить
not work.
минимум.
If you exceed the maximum temperature, you also mess up the whole process. If you apply too short time, you will not have the full efficiency of your materials. And if you overshear the material, there's always the chance to damage it. So if you do not hit the sweet spot in the middle, it can be really, really difficult to come out with a good result. Why do I have to have this sweet spot? Pretty simple. Also here, material comes in very fine, normally very fine powder. But even this, if you look to the right side, you have the ingredients more or less entangled. And if you do not free them to allow them to build out a three-dimensional network, it is really, really difficult that the material will stay there as a dead powder, not giving any rheological properties for the process itself, but only will act as a more or less not very functional filler in your system. So pretty easy. If you do not succeed in your process, you have an improper dispersion, an incomplete activation or no activation at all, or with low and high temperatures, you will even cause the whole batch to fail. Just an idea, just to make it more visible, what I mean is when the material is improper activated, looking to the right side, to the two drawdowns. We are working here now in a standard industrial epoxy formulation, processed at 45 degrees centigrades without any rheological control agent, means without any thickener, without any texturopic agent. The material itself has a dry film thickness, a stable dry film thickness of 75 microns. If you add a standard material, which normally is difficult to handle, and you do not hit this perfect sweet point in the middle, you only have a sag control of 350 microns, which is acceptable because it's already 5-6 times the standard of an unedited material. But if you go for a material which has a sweet spot or a very easy sweet spot to find in terms of time, of solvent compatibility, and of temperature, you can easily increase the sag control to 1,500 microns. Okay, this is an extreme example because very few applications require a dry film thickness like this, but in the end, it only shows if you have a material which is easier to handle, it's much easier to get the most from it, and you will have good possibilities also to reduce additional levels or minimize batch-to-batch problem reproducibilities. This is one of the reasons why we have developed
low temperature materials, the abbreviation LT. We have overcome most of the problems we have seen in the past because the material can work in a pretty wide range of temperatures, going as low as elevated room temperature to standard production temperatures as high as 60, 70, 80 degrees. Certain customers really stress the materials like this. They're compatible with a wide range of solvents, and just concentrating here on the standard, on the organic solvents parts. And you can also incorporate and activate them within a shorter period of time. Some customers also have used them as a kind of post-additive. I'm always a little bit careful with this phrase, because post-additive, a true post-additive would be, I simply stir it in and that's it. It's unfortunately not as wide with this technology, but we are also working on this. So, already there at the summary, hoping to make some minutes for Michael. Lehmann & Voss offers a pretty wide range of organic and inorganic rheological additives for nearly all applications in paints, inks, coatings, and adhesives and sealants. Our own produced, our own produced, the Louvergel and Louvertix materials are suitable for most applications you can find in the market, solvent-based, solvent-free, or aqueous-based. The new materials are easy to incorporate and activate, and hence also are hopefully a little bit easier to control and cause less problems in the overall production process. And of course, if something is easier to handle, the result will always be much, much better. Okay, as I'm not the only one trying to work with these materials, these are some of my colleagues from our R&D staff. Dr. Eva Maria Kutschmann, the one in the middle, has produced this presentation, so my thanks go to her. And while thanking people, I also like to thank our partners here in the Ukraine, Ravago Chemicals. Thanks to you both. Hopefully someone will contact you after this presentation. Thank you. I'm done.
Спасибо огромное.